This time here, Yerushalmi Shabbos, in article Oz Edition, we're on Mamash at top of Kuf Gimel and Rav, the beginning of the Gemara, Mefanin, and that's a header in the article. Mefanin, I feel Arba Chamish Kupos V'chulei. In the Vilna, there is no header. We're on Pei Dalam Rav right after Mishnah. So the header is for referencing the Mishnah, which says you're allowed to remove 4 or 5 boxes of straw or of a grain from your warehouse on account of visitors. So B'sir Shor Rabbi Yosha. Rabbi Yosha asked Rabbi Yosha, Kama Yishir Kupos, what's the measure of these kupos you're allowed to move? Let's learn this case where it is sasum, it's not revealed to us, it's closed off. The first that which is explicit. Nina Tamon, we learned in Mesach Shkolim and elsewhere that when they do the Trumas Alishka in the Beis Hamikdash, they would remove the coins from the Beis Hamikdash to purchase the ongoing necessities for the Avodah. B'shalosh kupos shel shalosh same time misalish. Use 3 boxes of 3 a piece to do the Trumas Alishka. So here too, well, the assumption is that the containers are 3 seen a piece, 3 a piece. Tamadi, we learned over there. Somebody who takes out wine on Shabbos, is chayv, he takes out the amount to dilute in a cup. Rabbi Zira, Rabbi Yoshia asked Rabbi Yoshia, similar to asking here, Kama shir kaisis, what's the share of the cups? He answered in a similar way over here as well. Let's learn that which is closed up, that which is not specified, from that which is explicit. The time Rabbi Chia said, Arba koshel shel Pesach, the 4 cups of Pesach, yesh revius yain hayitalki. You take a revius of Italian wine and divide it up among the 4 cups. Each cup requires a quarter of revius, in order that then when you dilute it, each cup will be 1 part wine and 3 parts water, and that's the shear of taking out on Shabbos will be the shear of rova revius of wine, which would be enough to dilute a cup in order to bring it to the shear of a revius. The next question, the Gemara we're going to learn according to Pnei Moshe. The Pnei is a different shot. I'm not really fully sure I understand it, but the Pnei Moshe seems to be good, and article learns like Pnei Moshe, so Levi Yerushalmi as yet another shot. But anyway, Malfros min Otzer Keseder has so Pnei Moshe says that the question is, if he didn't start using this the stockpile before Shabbos, can you start beginning this process on Shabbos? It has to be an otzar which is already in use before Shabbos in order to continue a process on Shabbos. So the Gemara says, let's start from here. So the Pnei Moshe elaborates what's the hadah. So it says, we learn a Braisa, Plukta Tanoi Maklus Time, Kabi Tvura, by a pile of grain. If you started moving Erev Shabbos, using Erev Shabbos, Muti stopping Erev Shabbos, you can use it on Shabbos. If it's not also time Erev Shabbos, now it's Shabbos Rabbi Acha. Rabbi Shem Matir. Shem says it permits it. It's only a pile. But you can't touch a stockpile. In other words, a warehouse. Because the pile was already a pile which is outside a warehouse, and a warehouse you can't touch. But you can make a pathway by walking through in and out. Evidently, everybody agrees you can't begin the otzar on Shabbos. So that's what we're saying. Let's read inside. You shouldn't touch the otzar on Shabbos if you haven't touched it from before Shabbos. You can make a pathway by walking through, going in and coming out. So I should tell Levi Yerushalmi brings up shot from the Pnei Meir that the question is whether you're allowed to do this only for Makom Mitzvah or even Shlo Makom Mitzvah. And apparently the resolution is no, only Makom Mitzvah. Okay, says going further. East Time Metalin is a dimur. There's a opinion which holds that you can take meduma, which is when you have a measure of truma which fell with less than 100 measures of chulin and becomes a meduma. So you can. There's one opinion which says you can carry it. There's an opinion which holds you can't carry it. What's the machlekes? Rabbi Lezer metalti meduma. You can be metalta betruma beduma where it's at betruma Torah, where it's the truma Torah fell into chulin. Mine a metaltlin. One opinion which holds that you the opinion which holds you can't carry l'truma tmeya. It's talking about the truma tmeya, which is not bato, and therefore you can't eat it since it's not bato, and therefore it's only suitable to be used for fuel, and there's no purpose to use it on Shabbos. So Duma Torah, Kohen could eat it. Even a non-Kohen can move it because it's suitable to Kohen. Truma Tmeya, nobody can use it, so therefore you can't. And now the Radal changes the Girsa here. I'm guessing the article might change it too. Let's see. No, the article does not change it, but we're going to change it like Radal changes it. The Radal changes it, says, also it should be She'ein Bokdei L'Halos. Truma Tmeya is only a problem if it falls into less than 100. But also She'yesh Bokdei L'Halos, so we switch the She'ein and the She'yesh, right? Low, it's not a problem, you can. And like the Radal says, Klamar B'zeh, afilu afilu the this is not sure what this Rashi Tevis is. Tanakama? It's not Tanakama, really. I'm sorry. I feel Truma Tmeya Shari. It says tough test. Truma Tmeya Shari. The kind of so Gam Truma Tmeya Ola B'Kufalov. Because if it's even Truma Tmeya, it is it's oil in it's batel. The tumah is batel in the 100 chulin. Okay, so. The Gemara says, Matan Metaltlin. Whose Gemara says, Metaltlin Rabbi Eliezer? The Gemara is saying, even with that, although Radal also changes the Girsa here, and I go with the, on this part of the Yerushalmi Kipshuto, doesn't change the Girsa. He says, even if it has Bokdei L'Halos, it's not so simple. Because the halacha is that you have to take one out and of the mixture. And therefore the Gemara says, Mantar Metaltlin, Rabbi Lezer, the Tanan, Rabbi Lezer merit such and nofli such also. So he says that the sale when you take out one, it's when it's batel, right? You have 100 chulin and one tamei one. So the one you take out is the same one that fell in, and that one now you treat it as tamei, and you're not allowed to eat it. So according to him, it's not a new hafrasha when you take it out. So it's not a new hafrasha, you take it out, it's not fixing anything by taking it out on Shabbos. So therefore, you can carry the whole thing. And it's carrying, why? Because it's like carrying the usr, the one which is Truma Tmeya, together with the mutter, with the rest of which is Truma Torah. But according to Rabbanon hold, no, the one which you take out is not tummy, it's tar. And the two must bust all together. So according to that, the one when you take it out, it's like a new afrasha. It doesn't have the same status as what fell in. Fell in tome, it comes out tar. So therefore, if you right now, it's not that you metalta truma tmei with truma Torah. It's this new thing which you can't eat until you actually take it out and you fix it. So therefore, since you can't right now, in its status as meduma, it's not suitable. You have to be able to. So therefore, right now you can't carry it. According to Abelezi, since when you pick it up, you just being able to whatever fell in, there's not being misaka anything. So therefore, it's getting truma tmei, truma Torah, not a problem. According to Rabbanan, no, when you pick it up, it's like putting chadashos because it was tummy it fell in, and it's Torah when you take it out. So therefore, right now in its status, it's a new status. It's not truma tummy Torah. It's I'm just beating myself. It's just one meduma thing, blob, and therefore you can't carry it. What's our topic? Topic of being masakin. Amar Abelez said, "Adam oimei me'erev Shabbos raise a truma macher." Person standing at Shabbos and say, "This is going to be truma tomorrow." Ve'ein adam oimei b'Shabbos. A person can't say Shabbos omer raise a truma macher that this will be truma tomorrow. So Korban explains, a raise a truma macher is okay. The b'Shabbos also sakein. Tevel Vadai. You can't fix definite Tevel on Shabbos. Kachomer Erev Shabbos. But you say Erev Shabbos. Avgad lo chal shem truma l'machar like a Masaka Shabbos. Since the primary thing is your statement they made from Erev Shabbos, it's fine. And vice versa, ain't no with Shabbos. I mean, the day have like a Masaka. Since the statement is primary, making a Shabbos, then it's like fixing on Shabbos, even though it's not going to be fixed till tomorrow. It looks like you're fixing on Shabbos. Rabbi Yosef Bruno Mer, ain't of them Omer Shabbos, Omer Reza Truma L'machar. The person can't stand Erev Shabbos say there's going to be Truma tomorrow because he's being masakin on Shabbos. So the following brayso Mastisa Pliga Rabbi Yossi Rabun. It's a Mishnah actually. The following Mishnah seems to argue on Rabbi Yossi Rabun. It says login tful yom. You have a login login is like a large container, a wooden container. The Korban says you have a login tful yom, which is right now it's tamei until nightfall. So you just dip it in the mikveh. It's not going to be taught till night. You filled it from a jug with meiser, which is tevel. So this is meiser from which trumas meiser has not yet been taken. So if you said it's truma tomorrow after nightfall, right after the Harav Shemesh. Hareza Truma L'machar. Then it's Truma the next day. Okay, that's effective. Im Amar Reza Erev, but if you want to use it as an Erev for Shabbos, Erev Tchumen, so Lo Amar Klum, he didn't say anything because it's not suitable to eat from before Shabbos begins. It's only suitable to eat. We're assuming that you're doing this on Erev Shabbos. It's before Harav Shemesh. Harav Shemesh is going to be on Shabbos. So when it's being suitable to eat, when it's going to be the Trumas Ma'aser being taken off after Shabbos begins. And we know the Sud has to be Rui Lechol Mibod Yom. This was not Rui Lechol Mibod Yom. So in any event, the question is obvious that it's clear that you can stand on Erev Shabbos and say Harei Truma L'machar. It can't be about Erev. But to make a Trumas Ma'aser and to make Trumas Ma'aser take effect after Shabbos begins seems to be okay. So the Pasal law b'lishavar. It's talking about b'diavad. In other words, you're not supposed to do it. If you did it, it's effective. You're not supposed to do it. It says more. What time Rabbi Chia? I didn't know the way Rabbi Chia learned this Mishnah. This Mishnah says Omer. A person can do it which sounds like chatchila. Islach l'mein l'shavar. Can you say that's b'diavad? Omer means you can deliberately say it. So it's not b'diavad. So says Gemara, you know right. You know what? You're right. Chazbar Rabbi Yossi Rabun mehada. Rabbi Yossi Rabun recanted. He reneged. Evidently, it is mutter even the chatchila. Okay. So actually, I did. No, take that back. No, he reneged. How did he renege? That's a separate question. And some people learn the next line, Mike doing Mikvar Shef Roshana, is what Rabbi Yosef Rabun actually holds is the pshat in the Mishnah over there. But I'm not going to learn that way. I'm going to learn because the Gra doesn't learn that way, and neither does the Radal over here. So come back in a second. So Chazal by Rabbi Yosef Rabun Me'adah would be the end of the previous sugya. And it means that Rabbi Yosef said, you know what, you're right. Obviously, so you can do it even the chatchila. New sugya. Okay, and the couple lines down, it says Tani. And that Tani is supposed to be moved up here. That's what the Gra says in the Mai Perek Zayin Halacha, which is where this is brought down. And the Radal references here as well. The Tani we put in here is Tani, like I said, a couple of lines down. Tani, Tani, Echad Shumatmeya, now it's about Tevel. And you're making the T'nai from Erev Shabbos. Like we said, you're allowed to make the T'nai from Erev Shabbos for Shabbos. So, but it could be Tevel Tameh or Tevel Tor. And the result, the Truma is going to be Tor or Tameh. So you can take both cases, both Tevel and which is Tor and Tevel which is Tameh, as long as it's made in time from Erev Shabbos. So now we go back. Maikadun. So, how do you make the Tanai? Okay, made the Tanai for Shabbos. So how does the Tanai go? So the mikvar kshef roshana. You say the truma should take effect from now when I set it aside. Okay, so that's I made the Tanai in Erev Shabbos. I said it should take effect from now when I set it aside. So the Haggad, so Haggad's Moshe said Truma Torah. Fine, if that's the Truma's Torah, so then that's fine. Mikvar Kshochena. You could say, okay, from now when I could also say from now when I eat it. I think the Grua's Gersa might be different. According to the Grua, he doesn't change it from Mikvar Kshochena. It's just the same Mikvar Kshochena. So it's consistent. Because you didn't have to change Mikvar Kshochena because you could, that would be talking about a Kohen. It's also true for Yisrael, which is a mafreshin. It's not the carry because so it's where the Kohen can carry it. Okay, but Haggad, it's Haggad, so he changed it to, again, Haggad Mishra said Shumat Mikvar Kshochena. Okay, but Haggad Mishra said Shumat Meah, but imagine it's a case of Shumat Meah. So how's that going to work? Right? You can't carry Truma Tmeah. It's not super for anything. So he says, Mikvar Kshechena B'Keren Zobis. It'll take effect when I put it in a corner. After I put it down in a corner. So once I put it down in a corner, so then it becomes Truma Tmeah. It's not Sulm anymore. So before I put it down, it's all part and parcel of what's potentially edible, right? Because it's all part of the teva on which there's now a Tanai. But once I put it down, then it becomes muktzah, of course, because now it becomes Truma Tmeah. Now, if you don't learn this way, if you don't learn like the Grua, you learn that Maikadun Mikvar Shef Roshena is going back on Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Bun. Rabbi Yossi Bun did not hold it's still also the Chatchila to do. So then, what the Gemara is saying, and I don't think this is pshat, I think it's more cumbersome pshat, but what the Gemara is saying is that the Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Bun holds that, you know what, you can't make the tonight that it'll take effect tomorrow. You make effect that it should take effect now, retroactively from the time I'm mafresh it tomorrow. Okay, so that's okay. But again, I don't think that's the pshat anymore. I think, like the Grua says, that the pshat is that we're asking about that case where you want to carry tevel and how it's going to work. What tonight you're making on Erev Shabbos, that it should be effective on Shabbos. Then we're not differentiating because between taking effect from before Shabbos on Shabbos. That's not the issue. The issue is how to make sure that you're not carrying that Truma Tmeah. So Rabbi Zira said, again, the Tani we took and put it before, Hadamar teaches Tevel Sheish Love Tanai, and though it says Tani here, it should be, I don't know if it's what it says in the article, but it says Tani in the Vilna, Tevel Sheish Love Tanai, Mutzah Tatlo. Okay, so you're allowed to move it on Shabbos as long as you made that tonight from before Shabbos. Okay, but you're not allowed to do mafresh on Shabbos anyway, right? So how does that work? So okay, say mikvak shef roshena, but how does it work? And this is perhaps the reason why the Gersa did change before to Lochlena, because that's part of the Eitzah, where it says, Kates osa nosa ena b'miktsasai. You look at that part of it and say, okay, that's going to be my truma, but you just don't even say it. You just look at it and say, okay, whatever I'm going to leave over, of course, right? That's good, but you don't actually leave it. You don't take it off. You just leave it over end. You eat the rest and leave that for you leave the part over, which is eventually going to become truma. Okay, it says Gemara Tani Matal Necharda Menishu Machal Yonim. According to Bnei Moshe, I think this was all in the Mishnah, but our Mishnah itself didn't have it all. He just brings down, he just, in the Mishnah, he brought down this brisa. It's not in the Mishnah. This is, the brisa going on in the Mishnah. Time, you could carry mustard seed, because it's doves eat it, best chatzav, and chatzav, neshor chotzvain, because deer eat it, best chuchis, v'neshor machol namoyos. Because namoyos is just some sort of animal. I seem to recollect that it's a hyena. but they eat glass. Apparently, somehow glass is part of their digestive system. Didn't say what the moyas are. No, it's not iron. It's an ostrich. And in fact, ostriches actually, I looked it up. Ostriches have to eat sharp objects to help them digest. So let's just try and find this here. If you ever own an ostrich for any reason, you see it eating glass or pieces of gravel or other things, you may be alarmed, but you should not be. If you do not allow your ostrich to eat sharp objects, it will actually die. Ostriches are an animal that eats food that requires a fair amount of processing, but their stomach cannot do the work alone, and they do not have teeth. So therefore, they actually eat the sharp objects. They eat the pieces of glass. Okay. Amar Rabbi said, "Im kain, if that's the case, you should be able to take branches because elephants eat branches." So, in the Bereshis Rabbah, it says it as a statement. Assuming you dalit. I guess that's talking about Noach. He brought to the Teva. They brought these things to the Teva. They had to eat these things. Okay, so he said shouldn't leos mata beluf for a certain type of sharp anim neshimachal or everything because it's ravens eat them. Manake moitabel im sheish also mean if he has ravens in his house. Also mean matzah b'shuk, and other people raise them as well, I guess. Then divrei kol mutar. Maybe it's or other people raise them. It doesn't have that. No, it's not or. If he has that mean and that mean is matzah b'shuk divrei kol mutar. It doesn't have for that for ravens. And people there aren't ravens in the marketplace. Divrei kol also it's also according to everybody. We're talking about the final case. B'yesh lo b'osa min. He has ravens. But most people don't have ravens. It's not prevalent in the marketplace. When I mean since it's not prevalent in the marketplace, most people are not don't raise those ravens. Kamisha ein lo me'os amin. It's as if he doesn't have that. I mean, even he has it. As the Korbanei says, the butler died to kol adam. We don't take him into account. His das is negated relative to the majority das. Since he himself has ravens, Kamisha also mean matzah b'shuk. It's as if it is available in the shuk. In other words, despite the fact that other people don't raise it, the fact that he raises it is good enough. Okay, we're already on Amud Aleph now, and we should know that the next Amar Bezira, the Pnei Moshe says, is shaykh to the next Mishnah anyway. So we'll stop here for today, and we'll pick up the next part after we read the next Mishnah.